Even though they have cancer, the student's boss wants them to be on camera during a business meeting. What happens next will shock you. You need to know 2 important historical facts for the story. 1. At the beginning of this year, I learned that I had a rare type of ovarian cancer. Now that I've had surgery and chemo, I'm mostly better. I still have to go in for tests and sometimes for tracking. As for coworkers and bosses, you can bet they don't know about my medical past since I haven't told them about the relationships I've had for years. 2. At the school I go to, there is a buddy program. You can pretty much interview for the school if your GPA is high enough. If you get in, they'll pay for your school while you look good for the company. You work 5 hours a week and help out at events like the graduation. I'm a part of this group. This is my story. It sounds like Law Order. Miss M, who is in charge of my mentor program, has put me down most of the time I've been with her. I don't want to talk about some parts of our relationship again right now because it makes me mad, so I'll keep this short and sweet for both of us. The rules are very tight, and she doesn't let anyone work together or talk. We talk to each other through Microsoft Teams, and she makes our 20-person group clock in and out by saying I'm here and I'm leaving. This means that every day you have to read through dozens of messages to find something important. And you have to listen to sounds every time someone even takes a lunch break. I told the teams to use the time clock function and even told them how to set it up. She told me I was mean and meant to make her look bad. I got mad at her when I told her I didn't have any social media to show you one. More thing. Help the college get known. Really sure I wasn't telling the truth. She asked the other reps to find me. They didn't. There's nothing there. That's a crazy thought. There were times when I pushed her, but I knew I was losing and that it would be best for me to not fuss. I was amused by the dramatic irony. Let's go back to last Friday, 4 days ago. On Monday, 3 days from now, the college dean will talk to the guests through a webcast. The event will also be shown live on YouTube and the college's website. A message from Miss M. I'm going to copy and paste it here, because I find the way it was written funny. The kids are. They need to turn their cameras on and off. Read it again. Lady, don't be rude. Pick a font style and use it. When I got your email, I almost had a stroke. That same day, I replied, I'm sorry, Miss M, but I have to go to the doctor right now, and won't be able to use my camera at the event. Not a reply. I sent another email to follow up. Not a reply. The big day comes. I sent her a text message through Microsoft Teams 10 minutes ago. I can tell she saw the letter because of the red ticket. Nothing. Okay, a lot of students join video chat with their cameras on when it starts. Next was the dean. Miss M cuts him off in the middle of telling her about himself. Excuse me, could all of the students please turn their cameras on? He asks after a short pause. I don't say anything, I just type a quick comment and send it in the group chat. Miss M, my camera won't turn on because I already told you about this personal matter. My name was called soon after I sent it, and I answered, Miss M, I can't turn on my camera right now. That was clear, and you were told it more than once, she tells him. Every other student here did it, and I expect the same from you. It's cool that when you have cancer you get to know the hospital staff really well. They might also be fun to talk to if you're lucky. My staff kept me sane during COVID because no one could visit me while I was getting inpatient treatments. A nurse named Amy and I talked about this ahead of time. She made fun of the fact that I should really make up a sickness if she told me to shoot something. It would have been wrong for me to do it at any other time. But I was about to get even. I picture it when I think about it again. In that anime, the main character chooses to get even by clenching his fist. So you could see my whole body in my hospital gown. I moved my laptop a little farther away and put it on my legs. The person who is talking will get the most attention in chat. While the EKG was going off, I, the dean, and Miss M were the only ones with sound on. When I turned on my camera, I saw myself. Thanks, Amy, don't talk. Me. Miss M wouldn't let me turn off my camera when I asked her by email and Teams. After a short pause to see if anyone spoke up, I kept singing my unique mix of over-the-top thanks and shakiness from being sick. Virtual chat is a big part of how we learn these days. I can see why it's important to have the camera on, but I thought I could skip this step. Dean, Miss R, you can turn off your camera if you want to. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. Me. Thanks a lot for helping me out of the blue. I'm glad to be here after a hard week. 2 people hang up after that. Tony, who works for Miss M, and Miss M were the 2. I had no idea he would be there. I still haven't heard from either of them, but I hope to hear from them soon. I'm thankful for many things as I type this from the hospital during the Christmas season. I'm alive and here. Even though I have this, I'm still going to stop a bully. Stupid sickness. In short, I had to go in to get checked out for a different but linked illness while I was still getting better from cancer. I had to turn on my camera for a live-streamed virtual event because my boss told me to. I saw that I was in the hospital when I did. It gets funny. So play show music. Now let's read story 2. New DNA tests have shown that 4 of my 5 kids are not really mine. Women shouldn't be quiet, it doesn't help. If this is the wrong question, I'm sorry. Because the other post was locked, the moderator told me to ask about how we raise our kids instead. But I also need help with my marriage and how to deal with my wife, which is why I'm asking for help here. First, I'm sorry if this goes on for too long. I'm sorry, but I'm not feeling well right now. My whole world has been upside down for 2 weeks now. Just telling you everything I know will help me get the best help. It's clear that I'm not ready to talk about this with my parents, friends, or other family members yet. Background. We met in high school and got married in college. We have 5 beautiful children together. No matter what I say, I really do believe they are a blessing. I thought our marriage was great until a few weeks ago. We hang out together and never fight, just like most high school sweethearts do. I think I've done everything like a good husband should. This isn't meant to make me sound like the perfect husband. I may not have always been there for her when she needed me because of things like the long hours that come with my job. But I want to make it clear that I've never thought our marriage was in trouble. Also, the way my wife has always helped me and taken care of our kids, I never would have thought she would cheat on me. My oldest daughter just got back from getting her DNA checked. And it was very clear from the DNA tests that I wasn't her father. She told me about it behind closed doors and showed me the effects. I knew this made her mad. Since she is my daughter, it was only normal that I told her I would always love her. But my boyfriend and they picked a legal DNA test over an ancestry test because ancestry tests don't always work. I'm not really her father after all. It comes back. This news makes me really sad. It hurts me that I cried in front of my daughter. I learned that my wife had been cheating on me and saw that the way I was acting was making my daughter mad. I wish I hadn't told her, but I did. After that, I told all of my kids but the youngest to come see me. It was important to me to know how bad my wife's cheating was. If it was only a one-time thing, I might be able to get over it after all these years. I didn't want to tell my daughter, who is still in school and in her teens though. I didn't think it was right to tell her yet. What do we tell the other 3 happened? What is the length of time this has been going on? I tell them I love them, and will always be their dad. I have no words to describe how moving it is. They didn't mind that I wasn't their real dad, they were mad that I looked so sad. The only thing that's kept me going these last few weeks has been their constant support. All 3 of them have now had DNA tests. My 4 kids have 3 different dads, so none of them are really my kids. It seemed like she wasn't just having one affair, she was having several. I don't understand how this makes things worse, but it does. When I tell my wife this, I expect her to say she's sorry and start over. She's not sorry. It doesn't bother her at all. She thinks the test must be flawed. All 4. Why in the world should I believe that? It makes me more and more angry that she doesn't care when I bring it up. When I talk about it, she'll try to make me feel bad about it. Why don't you trust me? We've been together since high school. But there is a lot of evidence against her. I don't trust her. I've told you a lot about what happened. Let me ask you straight out, how can I show my kids that this won't change anything between us? No matter how many times I comfort them, I think it's made them question this when I've had full-on breaks. What do I do with my youngest daughter? I believe our marriage. I need to talk to my daughter about something that can't be fixed. I don't want her to find out the truth too quickly. But my wife shouldn't lie to me to make me look bad. Do you think I should try to save my marriage? We've been together our whole lives. It's tough to think about what life would be like without her. I know that leaving her is the right thing to do, but we have 5 kids together. I want to really think about what I can do to save our marriage. Teal Doctor. At least 4 of my 5 kids are not mine. My spouse won't say that she's cheating on me. I don't know how to make things better for my kids and me. I also want to thank everyone who helped and gave me ideas. I have read all of your notes and will do what you say. But I haven't replied to them all as quickly as I should have. I will keep reading your notes and messages. I want to say thank you again for all your help. I might post an update if this is fixed. But if she keeps lying, I don't think I'll try because I don't have much more to say. I've decided to get a second test just in case something goes wrong after reading the ideas in this and the Arch Parenting thread. Face my wife with all 4 of my older kids around, and then explain what's going on to my youngest. Ask her if she would like a DNA test. Only she will be able to decide. I'm going to definitely get some kind of help. Since 2 weeks ago, my mental health has been getting worse. For the sake of my kids, I need to stay strong. It's possible that my wife will need counseling. It will rest on whether she tells the truth and what her reason is, if any. But I think we'll get a divorce right now, unless she changes her mind in a big way. Just in case, talk to an expert about getting a divorce. I want to thank you all again for taking the time to help me and encourage me. Someone asked me how heritage proved that I wasn't her father. And I guess I should answer that. My whole family is Irish. The only family I have outside of Ireland is my close family. I even have red hair like everyone else. My daughter's DNA test didn't show any ties to the British Isles, Western Europe, or Northern Europe. That was a red flag, but it wasn't proof, which is why the paternity tests were done. Which 2 kids share a dad? The father of my 2 older girls is the same. How did your wife get you kids? We thought about having a boy instead of a girl. The rest was all planned. We tried for a few months each time before getting pregnant. We planned our very first. We have 3 kids together. But she pushed me to have our youngest. There was still time for her to have one more child before it was too late. I gave in the end. A few months before she was born, we began trying to have a child. Why can't you have kids? I'm not sure. I've never had an egg test. But the fact that none of the children we were going to have are mine makes me think I might be. I'm going to right away get a pregnancy test. Change one. A lot of people have called and written looking for an update. There have also been a lot of texts that look like comments. I don't know how they work, but I think they want to know what's going on. There will be a new post soon, but not soon enough. It will be a long time before we know what's putting this mess together. It will be at least a few weeks before there is a new post. I am not sure when. I promise it will happen at some point, even if it takes weeks. You've all been so helpful to me. Thanks a lot. Change 2. Since nothing was ever fixed, I wasn't sure if I should post a report or not. I put it here in case someone is still looking for one. I'm sorry I didn't post early like I said I would. My kids and I talked to their mom about that Reddit post soon after it was made. There were a lot of problems. It hit her hard when she thought that no one would believe her. She said she was sorry and cried a lot, but she wouldn't explain herself or do anything else that would have helped me feel better. For a few weeks they didn't talk much. I hoped she was thinking about it, and that she would finally sit me down and tell me what she meant. She was lying a lot, and it got out of hand, so I gave her some time to think about it. Not at all. One night when I got home, she had killed herself by taking too much medicine. I'll never know what she did wrong that made me lose the love of my life. I wish I could go back in time and forget everything. She made some mistakes, and I really wanted to work through them. Now I feel bad that I pushed her for an answer. The worst part of this was seeing how hard my kids worked to keep me together after their mother died. Tell your family you love them right away, no matter what.